Hello everybody, how are you doing all? I'm hopeful that we're doing good. My name's NA Saqib, I'm your IELTS mentor. I've started online classes, online sessions for the students for kind of distance learning, and the students who are not able to just come to our institute, Genius Institute Lahore, for attending on-campus classes. So we have started giving you a kind of distance learning classes, or it's called online classes as well. So we are fundamentally teaching here English language and English language courses, and we are teaching IELTS. So we've started the kind of lecture series of IELTS, and we've started with a speaking subtest. And why we have started with speaking subtest? It's simply because speaking subtest caters both students, professionals for GT module and students for academic module as well, because the test is similar. And then afterwards we'll also just give you the series of listening subtest, and because it also is similar kind of test for both the categories, for the students and professionals as well, who are appearing in academics IELTS and GT module of the IELTS. So what is lexical resource? As I told you earlier, it's not rocket science. It's something very easy. It means vocabulary. And you know what vocabulary? You've been learning vocabulary throughout your life, right from your schooling. You've been studying in the college as well, and then you were upgraded or transferred to the universities. So vocabulary has been your main source of interaction. So here in IELTS, when it comes lexical resource, it means using topic related vocabulary effectively, and that's the sum and substance of IELTS lexical resource in speaking subtest especially. It focuses on the range of vocabulary, different words a candidate uses. So divided the range of the student for using the vocabulary, and the better the candidate will score in speaking subtest. It's guaranteed. Let's learn various aspects of lexical resource first, and there are sub points now. First of all, we'll talk about collocation, then about the less common vocabulary and expression, and then it will be paraphrasing, and lastly we'll talk about the synonyms. So all these four things have their individual importance in speaking subtest of IELTS. And first of all, as I told you, it will be collocation. Collocation means group of words, or the way words are commonly grouped and used together. Now I will give you the example of some groups. For example, with the help of do and with the help of make, we make some phrases with the help of make. For example, make a cup of tea, a cup of tea, make a phone call, make much noise or make too much noise, make changes, make a mistake, and make a decision. So with the help of make, we have made all these phrases. Make is compulsory here in all these phrases. So these are the collocations with the help of make. Now with the help of do, we make some collocations which are very common, and they are do your homework, do an experiment, do research, and do your job or do your best. So as far as the rules of collocations are concerned, they can't be found anywhere in the dictionaries. There are no rules and regulations to learn the collocations. They can be learned through awareness, through experiences, and I would say that if you are an extensive reader, reading can give you an expertise about the collocation. And here I can say that if you know about the collocations well, your speaking subtest will be very convenient for you, or you will be able to give it quite easily. So vocabulary can also be learned through extensive and intensive reading. Both have got their relevant importance. But here I'm talking about vocabulary learning through extensive reading. Read as much as you can, because reading can make you a perfect man. Reading is the source head and the fountainhead of all knowledge. You acquire things through reading or listening. Both modules, for example, these are passive, there are listening, speaking, reading, writing. Writing and speaking are active, productive skills. Listening and reading are passive, receptive skills. So you can receive as much as you can through reading books, reading different materials, journals, magazines, newspapers, different books, storybooks, because they can be very interesting. So the next point will be less common vocabulary. So we normally use very simple words, but simple words, if they're uttered beautifully, they can also make an impression. But still, you need to, you need to use less common vocabulary. For example, there is a very much common phrase which is running in the online YouTube channels. That's plethora of. Yeah, you can use it. Plethora of meanings, what it means that a lot of, plethora of problems, a lot of problems. You can use plethora of. And at the same time, there are lots of other things. For example, food for thought. That's a beautiful phrase. And multitasking, it's also a good phrase or a good combined word which can be used here. And can't stand means can't put up with. I can't stand the smell. I can't stand the stinking smell. So I can't stand, I can't put up with. Put up with, phrasal kind of verb. And this phrase, this expression can also be used, multitasking. So these are a certain uncommon words. They have their own significance and they can beautify your expression. Then paraphrasing, it means restatement of the text, question, passage, using other words. For example, it means reframing the sentence or use, but there is a problem that we should be using only the topic related words, and we shouldn't use very kind of words which have nothing to do with the topic, because they can't give a good feel to the examiner if you are just trying to use the words which are not having any context with that topic. Then last but not least, synonyms. Synonyms can be used here. It means the similar words or similar meaning words, which are used in all the modules of the IELTS, and they can help you out. People use certain thesaurus or kind of dictionaries to improve their word power, and it's very important to use these words because they're similar words. Examiner comes to know that you have lots of range of vocabulary. So you are going to impress the examiner by using that range of vocabulary, and don't use this simple, straightforward, easy peasy words, because examiner understands that his language is not that strong, which he is, wanting for an aspirant student who is having his mind of scoring 7 or 8 or above 7, certainly. So these similar meaning words or synonyms should be used effectively. I have also selected some very important sentences or examples for you guys. For example, instead of using hot, you can use, for example, the topic hot weather. You can't use hot all the time. Boiling weather, boiling instead of using hot. Sweltering or similarly scorching heat, or all that stuff. These are the similar meaning words. They can be used in order to impress the examiner. You've got to impress him. If you impress him, I always say that impress him and try to produce the answer or give him the answer of the best English you know about, using the best expressions, using the best idioms, or phrasal verbs you know about, because they can help you out in scoring good band score. And as far as the examples are concerned, some other examples, for example, I would like to work in a large company. So you can replace large company with giant firm when I gain experience. Another example, he's an actor who is very famous worldwide, globally, internationally, universally. So all these words can be used, but good words should be used in order to get good band score. And then last example should be the interpretations, the explanations, the analysis of the experts in this area differ. So if we keep in our mind using vocabulary, collocation, less commonly used words, paraphrasing, and synonyms, we can have pretty good band score. And our target should be having a band score which is even above our demand, or our demand. For example, if you are a student, 6.5 will be all right, intermediate student. If you are a graduation or post-graduation student, going to universities abroad, so 7 or above can help you out. And for the immigration purposes, 7 is important, and for Canadian immigration, actually, 8,777, and for Australian immigration, Tetra 7 is required for the skilled workers, as a matter of fact. So this was the topic about lexical resource. I hope you would have enjoyed it, you would have learned a lot, and you will just keep in your mind all these instructions before appearing in your speaking subtest of the IELTS. Once again, a reminder, do subscribe our YouTube channel, Genius Institute Lahore. See you next time with another video. God bless you all. Take care of yourself, and thank you very much indeed for attending our lectures and benefiting from them. Bye-bye.